can't hide anymore. UK government asks Harry to give up citizenship for blackmailing the royal family. Hello, friends. Welcome to Breaking Royal News about the notorious hypocritical couple Harry and Meghan Markle on our Kate Middleton and the Queen News version 2 channel. Global emotional blackmail is being practiced here. Against your better judgment, apologize to my wife and me in a groveling manner. Then pardon us for disclosing your darkest secrets and most embarrassing moments to the highest bidder, along with the most obscene criticism that you are unable to reply to. Otherwise, things will become worse. That was the twisted warning Prince Harry personally delivered to one of his favorite print media propagandists over the weekend, which is hilarious considering his evident dislike of the British press. A further 400 pages of data, including more damaging revelations about his father and brother, are ready for publication. The Duke of Delusion ominously threatened in yet another insane interview. Because of this, a royal insider told the Sunday Times that he's holding a gun to the heads right now. The charming has admitted to Bryony Gordon of the Daily Telegraph that he left such anecdotes out of spare because I don't think they, King Charles and Prince William, will ever forgive me. However, he continues to his canine interviewer, who is nodding, saying, "Now you might argue that some of the things I've put in there, well, they won't ever forgive me anyhow. However, the way I see it, I'm ready to pardon you for all you've done, and I wish you actually sat down with me properly, and instead of saying I'm crazy and paranoid, actually sit down and have a dialogue about this, because that's what I'd really want is some responsibility and my wife's forgiveness." If the British royal family's standing across the world weren't in jeopardy due to this stupidity, I'd chuckle. What do you apologize for, you fool? The palace assisted in permanently obscuring the conclusions of an independent inquiry into your wife's alleged bullying of several staff employees after Charles supported her exorbitant requests. You need to be buying your father a pint of organic beer rather than putting pressure on the incoming king to tender a contrite apology to our second least liked royal. By the way, isn't it telling that Harry only ever does interviews with his BFFs since he has so many close friends in high-ranking positions in the media? That explains how he can make such insane threats against people like Gordon, Tom Bradby of ITV, and Anderson Cooper of CNN, as well as why he never engages with a reputable journalist who could point out how absurd his ideas are. However, Dirty Harry wasn't done yet. "The press has got a shit lot of dirt about my family," he said, adding, "I know they have, and they push it under the carpet for juicy tales about someone else." Gordon, once again, did not ask for any supporting documentation. Really, what are these tales, and what does their presence imply about your family member's conduct? Of course, this is simply another unsubstantiated accusation from Harry, who ludicrously asserts that his goal is to rescue the monarchy from itself, rather than try to topple it. The idea that the British press would attempt to bury damaging information about the royal family is also laughable, given that it was local newspapers that first exposed Prince Andrew's friendship with the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein and persistently pursued the story for 10 years, against the wishes of the majority of the establishment before losing their support. The shocking discovery that while Charles was the Prince of Wales, he took £3 million from a Qatari sheikh in cash tucked inside Fortnum and Mason carrier bags, was only one of several devastating revelations about Charles's dubious relationships that British media have recently made public. But Harry's irrational narrative, which claims that the media exclusively cares about bad articles about the Sussexes, fits. It's not about the facts. Harry is trying to harm his family by implying that shady discoveries would occur without any supporting proof. Harry would be upset if the media were doing the same. As usual, William is the focus of his malicious attention. The Prince of Wales, already red-faced, will have gone into catatonic anger after discovering that his younger brother had included 2 of his 3 children in his most recent PR stunt. Harry added to Gordon, well aware of the further harm he was doing to his already poisonous relationship with his older brother. Although William and I have spoken about it a few times, and he has made it clear that I am not responsible for his children, I still feel a sense of obligation because I know that at least one of those 3 kids will wind up being the spare, just as I was, and that hurts and makes me concerned. Imagine if a member of the royal family approached a newspaper and said they had a duty to prevent Harry's children, Archie and Lilibet, from being cut off from all of their biological relatives who are associated with their British ancestry by resentful parents. Being able to envisage Charles and William being able to make up with Harry in this situation is not only absurd, but also risky. But of course, that's what the Sunday Times received yesterday from the so-called wise heads, also referred to as the Wets in the royal household. A reconciliation meeting would probably take place prior to the coronation in May, according to a royal insider who the tabloid said had the king's ear and who knows the Sussexes. Both sides need to raise their hands up and accept we didn't get everything right, and we got a lot wrong. And we have to say to him, we realize the agony you've gone through, they argued. The king is capable. They must invite them in before the coronation, said another well-placed royal source. Otherwise, it will become such a circus and distraction. I'm sorry, but if these advisors believe that William would sit down with his rowdy brother and accept guilt as part of a larger royal apology within the next 4 months, they must be from another planet. After Harry permitted Meghan to appear on Oprah Winfrey and disparage Kate in front of the world for allegedly making her weep after a dispute over bridesmaids' outfits, I reported that the brothers' relationship had already essentially ended. However, Harry portrays Wills in Spare as an irate, balding, frigid egomaniac who was never there for him and later assaulted him physically twice. The Prince of Wales will undoubtedly be haunted by this reprehensible representation of history for the rest of his life, though. Therefore, it is absurd to think that William, who does in fact still love his brother, would participate in any groveling apology meant to placate Harry. But Charles must also take a stand and admit that his appeasement approach to handling Harry has been a colossal failure. The Sussexes were welcomed back into the inner family and given the utmost respect for the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee, her funeral, and the funeral of Prince Philip. However, no courtier or member of the firm could have predicted the grenades that were launched in their Netflix Victimhood Fest and Spare. If Charles caves now, with this alleged reconciliation conference, he is telling Harry and Meghan that spreading misinformation is effective. In contrast to what he might have hoped, this will result in far more mudslinging in the future. The Sussexes must be treated harshly and expelled from the area until they accept responsibility for their devious actions. What do you think about Harry's recent blackmail behavior? Let us know your thoughts below in the comments section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.